Here we go, and we are live.
Good evening, everybody. It is Thursday. That means it's Thermal Thursdays. What do we mean by Thermal Thursdays? We're turning up the heat. We're going to be talking about things like success. It is one of the most understood and ambiguous terms, success. It has so many meanings for so many different people. So Monday, we talked about getting started and the mindset. Tuesday, we talked about food and nutrition. Wednesday, workouts. So now we're going to talk about a way to incorporate all of those things and also get your mind in the everything going in the right direction to get you to accomplish your goal. So goal is going to be a big theme tonight. Defining success. You know, this is before we hand it over to Cristina. I have my own issues with success sometimes. Thinking about what is my definition of success. And one of the problems with goal setting is that when we pick our goals and we decide what it is we want to work towards, quite sure whose goal we're working for or we're working towards. And what I mean by that is, do we even know who we are and what it is that we want? You know, so it's great to want big things, lots of money, have ambitions, but who are we doing it for? And are the reasons genuine? Are they authentic? So before we get into all that, we really have to have a great understanding of who we are as individuals. And the cool thing that MBS and Cristina provides is a template, you want to say it's questions. They are points to get you thinking about those types of things, who you are, what it is that you want, what type of life do you want to live, who do you want to be. So it's really important, first and foremost, to understand those things, to figure it out. You got to get your hands dirty here and really dissect yourself and understand who it is that you are and that you want to be. With that said, good evening, Cristina. How are you this evening?
Hello there, Tom. I am delightful. I am loving Thermal Thursdays. One of my favorite topics is success and leadership. I kind of think that they go hand in hand. And when you really are discussing success, successful people are just natural leaders to begin with. So they really do they go hand in hand. It's one and the same type of deal. But let's define success so that we can start it off. It's a desired aim at something, okay? And, it's associated most often with financial success. But really it's overall success in your life, okay? But let's not kid ourselves. At the end of the day, it's about making that dollar, because that dollar is required for us to provide not only the comforts, but the security, right? For our families, for ourselves, for our future, for future generations. So it's not about not being humble. It's about being realistic. You need to be able to provide. So if you're not making the dollar, you're not successful. If you're not putting all of you into your goals, you're not successful. It is what it is, guys, okay? And I'm saying it for a reason, because you're going to see what our number one tip is for today. And that's what we're going to cover today. It's about some tips, and we're going to go back and forth, Tom and I, and we're going to talk about these tips for you guys. So let's start with number one, okay? Before you can even set goals, like Tom said, you have to know who you are. So the first thing I'm going to say is stop coddling yourself. Stop being so nice to yourself. All the gurus seem to be talking about balance and taking care of yourself and well-being. Well, the truth is, if you're a successful person, if you're a driven person, you have rituals in your life that are going to keep you balanced anyway. Okay, so it all goes hand in hand. That does not mean that you need to be taking out several hours a day to take care of yourself, or after you accomplish something, you should go reward yourself. No, you're supposed to work hard. And hard work is hard. End of discussion. If you want to achieve something, you got to put in the work for it, and not just to get it, but to maintain it. It's not like a one-stop kind of thing. You're not hitting a destination and staying there. You need to work. You need to continue to work. So don't coddle yourself. That's the number one thing, okay? You need to stop giving yourself excuses for why you're not doing things. And then the second tip, and then I'll let Tom throw in his thoughts on, not coddling yourself and And on tip number 2, which is stop with the negative thinking. Okay? Stop selling yourself short before you even begin. Okay? Watch what you're absorbing. Everybody keeps saying, you know, watch your negative thinking. It's not just your thoughts, okay? Your brain absorbs 10% of the information in front of it, and the other 90% is sitting there in that subconscious, and it's working on you. It's working on you without even you realizing that it's working on you. It's affecting every decision that you're making in your life. So watch not only what you think, but the kind of messages you are receiving from, you know, the media, social media, from your network of people, from your families, from your friends, from your colleagues. What are you taking in? Are you taking in things that are going to set you up and sabotage you? Or are you taking things in that are going to lift you up and keep you lifted on it? So, Tom, any thoughts on those 2 before we go on?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, talking about stagnating thoughts, negative thoughts, and exactly what Christina said, taking in our surroundings. And remember, we have 5, you want to say there's 6 senses. We have 5 main senses that is being bombarded every single day. The things that we hear, the things that we see, the things that we touch, of course, and the others, but specifically the things we hear and see, right? Music, TV, the types of shows, the types of things we're listening to. Are you binge watching Netflix every single day? Watching murder mysteries, CSI, sports, whatever it may be? Are you wasting your time listening to those things when you could be listening to maybe some experts and mentors on success, on how to better yourself, how to take the initiative in your life, right? Positive things. Surrounding yourself with positive people. And being a teacher, being a high school teacher, I tell it, that's constantly preaching to my students. Especially as a teenager, we know the effect that our peers have on us. Well, guess what? That doesn't stop when you graduate high school. That continues throughout the rest of your life. So if you're surrounding yourself, and we'll get to this later in our list, negative people that just suck the life out of you, that are always complaining and always whining, and every time you get on, oh, would you believe this, what happened today? And so-and-so, she said this or he said that, right? So those types of people and that idle chatter, that just sucks the life out of you. There's nothing productive about it, right? So start thinking about where in your life you have negative influences coming into your senses. And again, that goes to the things you're listening to, the things you're watching, and the people you're surrounding yourself with. So go back, Tina.
Thanks, Tom. All right, so number 3 goes hand in hand with those thoughts, okay? It's get rid of the distraction, and all distractions, including and especially the people you surround yourself with. And, you know, I'm sure you guys have heard the term before. I love the term because it is so true. It holds true, and Tom just touched on it. Those energy vampires, the people who they can take the most joyous occasion and find a way to make it gloomy on it. They literally walk in the room and the mood completely changes. Okay, we all have them in our lives. I am not saying that when we get off of this segment, you should go and start, you know, ripping up your Christmas card list and not talking to family members, but, you know, use discretion. You know, don't talk to them. Talk to them about the mundane things. Don't talk to them about the important things, and minimize the time you spend with them. We all have those family members that no matter what, they find a way to make things negative. We also have those friends. And a lot of the times these people are coming at you with this type of energy because they themselves are not willing to do the work to get themselves out of that situation. So it's kind of like misery loves company. They don't want to see you succeed and thrive either, because if you do and you do the work, then you are living proof that it can be done. And then it's a reflection. It goes and it throws it back on them. Then they have to hold themselves accountable for why they're not doing it in life. So just get rid of all the distractions in your life, including the people. Minimize the time you're spending. Why would you spend time with people that are going to constantly put you down or constantly knock everything that you're attempting to do, especially those who have absolutely no experience in it. So somebody who has never been through your weight loss issues trying to tell you that a weight loss program is going to fail is probably not the person that you should be talking to. They've never had to deal with your issues. They don't know where you're coming from, and they have no information on the program. Not to mention they don't have credentials in any of the fields related to your weight loss. So why would you go to a non-expert and get information? It's like asking the deli guy to do your surgery. Just because surgeons and deli guys all use sharp tools to cut through meat doesn't mean that we want the deli guy performing our next major surgery, all right? Go to the experts, go to your, and we talked about it, your squad in earlier segments. Go to the people who lift you and the people who know what they're talking about and what you're talking about. Don't go to those people who are gonna just suck the life out of you and make you feel like you're gonna fail before you even start on it. The next thing, and this is key for me, it's a journey. It's not a destination. Okay? There's quotes about that all over the place. It's true. So why would you make your own journey a painful one? Enjoy it. Enjoy every part of it, okay? It's your choice. Have fun with it. Look at we talked about it during growth mindset, okay? Your flaws, your liabilities are opportunities to learn and get new skill sets. And the more times that you address them and the more times you accomplish new skill sets, the more times you're successful, the more resilient you become to any kind of obstacles that may come across your path. Okay? So make the journey exciting. Don't be all caught up in fear. Have fun and develop a sense of humor. Surround yourselves with other people who have that same kind of attitude. And you're going to see how you will not only achieve success, but you will keep your success once you achieve it. And all of a sudden, a process that at one time was painful for you is now enjoyable for you, and you want to scream at the top of your lungs to everybody else about how they can have a journey like that as well. So any thoughts on that, Tom, before we move on? That was 3 and 4?
Yeah, thinking about your squad, I always believe that you never want to be the number one guy or gal, the most intelligent, the smartest, the leader of your squad, because everybody else is going to be sucking the life out of you for you to help them. Well, if you're going on this journey and you want to be your best self, then you need to find people that are better than you, have been through the trenches, that can guide you. Listen, we're not telling you to go, like Cristina said, don't just start deleting people from your phone and you're cutting them off and that's it. There might be some people like that in your life that you do need to do that, by the way. But find those people that you can learn from. And that's going to be the people you want in your squad. And the next one that I want to mention is when Cristina talked about, having fun in this journey. You get one shot at this. There is no second chance. So you might as well make the best of it. I always think when I'm ready to go, I'm going to look back and I'm going to be, not to get dark and gloomy here, but, you're going to be taking your last breaths one day, wishing you had a few more, and hoping that you don't regret the opportunities that you never took advantage of. All right, so that drives me. And that's you get into some philosophy and thinking about those things, long time from now when you're sitting on your bed and surrounded by your family, hopefully, you think back, did I do everything that I wanted and in the way that I wanted? There's a difference between living and surviving. Anybody can survive. There's billions of people in this world just surviving. Not many people actually live. Who do you want to be? Thank you.
All right. So, and Tom's right. Which one do you want to be? Do you want to be just getting by, or do you want to be, the person who's really truly living? It kind of goes back to what I said earlier as far as, your financial goals. They should be a goal, and it should be a big goal. And I'm saying that now again because number 5 is set explosive goals and keep your vision in sight. I'm saying explosive goals because I'm so tired of hearing everybody, you know, baby step their way through their goals. Why are you coddling yourself? Hold you are adults. Everybody adult up, okay? Adult up. Life is hard. Anything that is worth it requires work and effort. Okay, from the very beginning, from when we come into this world, everything requires work and effort on our part. And the more that you practice, the better you get, and the more skills you develop throughout your life. Okay, so stop coddling yourself and saying you have to baby yourself, your way through everything. No, set the explosive goals and aim high. Stop selling yourself short. Okay, you want to lose 100 pounds? Your goal is to lose 100 pounds. It's not to lose 10 pounds. I'm so tired of this. This is why people are not successful, because then they lose the 10 pounds and they lose sight of what their big goal is, and they lose sight of their vision and their purpose along the way. So set big goals, and know when you're setting your goals, okay? Because it's not about just throwing out big random goals out there. It's about saying to yourself, this is my goal. I can achieve it. What is it going to take for me to get to these goals? Thinking it out, setting a plan, and taking into account the variables that can come across your path that could stand in your way, and planning accordingly. And then should an obstacle jump in your way that is not planned for, it's about pushing through, not changing your goal, changing your approach. And if it's about learning a new skill to change your approach, then learn the new skill to change your approach. So set explosive goals, keep your vision in sight. And then it brings us number 6. Start now. Start now. What is it with Tom? Is it Monday? Monday seems to be the most popular day of the week to start a new fitness plan.
Right. I call them the resolutionaries. Right. When I first started in the fitness industry, I knew that, come the new year, we had the resolutionaries. Everybody made a resolution, and the gyms were packed, and the gyms were making money hand over fist. Then 6 weeks later, all those people were gone. They never came back. And they were the 67% that don't use them.
Yep.
The next 2 that we're going to talk about, starting now and motivation and commitment. Recently, I really started thinking about motivation, and I realized it's a load of crap. Right? We talk about, well, I'm waiting to get motivated. Well, I'm looking for the right inspiration. Oh, I need to go to a trainer because I need motivation. Take action first. The motivation will come later. You know when the motivation will come? When you want to lose weight? When you've lost 10 pounds, weeks, you're like, damn, I feel good. That wasn't so bad. I got through it. I survived. And then guess what? Now here comes the motivation. Yeah, I don't want to go back to the way I felt. 6 weeks later, 6 months later, a year, 5 years later, guess what? Because of that, you took that first step, even though you didn't want to, you took it. You've surpassed your goals, right? So forget about motivation, inspiration, waiting for the sun and the moon and the stars and the aurora borealis to light up the sky. You don't need to wait till Monday. You don't need to wait till after the holidays. That's the biggest load of crap over the next 2 months.
Amen to that.
Oh, I can't. It's so hard during the holidays. There's just so much food. And listen, not saying don't enjoy yourself at Thanksgiving dinner or Christmas dinner. But guess what? You're going to be going out and you're going to be going to family's house and eating all this extra stuff. You better discipline yourself all the other days that you're not at your family's house, so that one day you can enjoy a few things and not feel so guilty, right? Let it go. Stop making the excuses. Stop the BS. Take action now. That means tomorrow's Friday and you want to get started. Well, guess what? Don't wait till Monday. Start tomorrow. Start now. Go outside for a walk. Do some push-ups. Do some squats. Do some jumping jacks while you're watching us. That's a great way to listen to and watch us. Maybe you don't like the way we look, so do some jumping jacks with your back ties. We don't care as long as you can hear us, right?
That's right.
Forget the motivation. Forget the inspiration. Take action. Action first, motivation later.
That's right. It's about commitment, people. Only those who are committed to achieving their end results and to continuing to set goals for themselves that challenge themselves will find success. All others will find temporary moments where they have relief, and then they will find a bigger pitfall at the end of that. And they end up on that hamster wheel that we were talking about during Transformation Tuesday. So commitment is where it's at, taking action consistently, taking action daily, and throwing the excuse making out the door is what you need, okay? Commitment gets results, motivation does not. And you cannot be motivated from an outside source. You either want to make a change or you don't want to make a change. End of discussion. Everything else is, basically you're being sold on a guru's theory and you're buying it and then you're wondering why you're still on the hamster wheel, okay? It is about commitment and action. All right, so besides commitment and action, what do you need? You have to fuel your vision and your commitment with perseverance, people. Nobody said the road was going to be smooth. Nobody said you were going to be frolicking through a field of daisies on your way to success, on your way to your weight loss goal and your fitness level, okay? Or your bank account growing. Nobody said it was going to be perfect. We did say that there are systems out there that will help you minimize the obstacles you come across, that will help you get through all the nonsense, to make it a little more simple along the way. But we always say, at least the honest experts say, it requires hard work on your part. It's not about buying the book. It's about reading the book and taking the activities in the book and implementing them into your life. It's not about just owning it. It's not about just setting the goal. It's about taking action on your goals. Okay? Seek knowledge, not results. Again, this goes back, it kind of is related to that, that journey, enjoying the journey. Seek results, people. Just seek knowledge, not just the results. The results alone are not going to get you anywhere. If you stay results focused, then any bump you get, I'm not saying don't have a goal, because we said set explosive ones. I'm not saying don't produce. You want to see producing along the way. Just don't get overwhelmed and caught up in that only. You need to enjoy the journey and everything you learn along the way, because something that's going to come later on our tips for you, and this is important and it proves to be true by everyone who is successful, and I can speak to it myself, okay, and my personal journey, is you need to help others. You can't teach anybody if you don't learn along the way. And if you stay with your current skill set, you are only going to be able to have your current level of success. Okay, so fuel your vision and your commitment so you have perseverance, so that you become resilient, so you understand it's a journey, it's a process, it's not a destination. Seek knowledge along the way. Don't just be results focused. Okay, continue to improve your skill set and your experience, because it's from that perspective that you will understand that every failure along the way is only an opportunity to develop a new strength and a new skill set. And then be confident. I think that's probably, negative self-talk and distortions in how we view ourselves and not giving ourselves credit for the skill sets and the experiences we do have that we could share with others is probably most people's biggest issue in life. Be confident. Understand that you have a set of skills. You're unique. You have unique experiences and perspectives in life. You have something to offer others, okay? Whether it's in business or in your weight loss or fitness process, you have something to share. Other people will have something to share. Guess what? Your weaknesses or the assets and liabilities we were talking about, when you're networking with the right people, that all balances out, right? Because you learn from others. Where they have strengths and you have weaknesses, you now have strengths and they have the weakness in that area, and you help each other grow and develop and move along on it. Anything you want to throw in, Tom, before we go into the last few?
Yeah, this is probably my biggest desire in life is to get people to realize how awesome they are. That's what I do every day. I teach, and I got to do the curriculum, and I got to do this and that. All the stuff the administration wants me to do. But you know what I do every day? I tell people that they're freaking awesome and then they can kick ass. That's it. That's what I do. I show that through my classes, right? Through my fitness classes, through my leadership courses that I teach. Some teachers do it through math. Some people do it through English, social study, whatever. Those are just vehicles to show people that, hey, you know what? You're capable of a lot. How powerful they are. If we realize how powerful we actually are, it would blow our minds. It would truly, we couldn't wrap our minds around how powerful we are and the strength that we have inside. But we tend to keep focusing, and I wrote about this in my blog today. You know, we always seem to focus on what we don't have. That sense of lack, right? That's what we focus on. We forget all that we do possess, right? So yeah, of course we have some weaknesses, things that we want to improve. Well, what about, there's more great things about you than there are negative things, right? But which one are you focusing on? Right? So yeah, we want to make, there's some goals that we want to set to improve, to pick up. Yeah, we can strengthen this, we can improve in our mindset, our outlook, our financial outlook, whatever it may be. Those are all fine goals. But don't forget all the great things about you, because there's a hell of a lot of things that you have that I don't, and vice versa, right? And that's cool. Recognize that you have amazing skills, amazing abilities, and let that inspire you. Remember that, and let that drive you throughout this journey. Yeah, let's leave it at that. Thank you.
Okay, so with that, we're going to talk about, and this is what I said, the next tip is about something that is completely related to the previous two tips where I said, you know, understand that you need to be confident in your own expertise, that you have something to offer, because you want to add value, not only to your life, but the lives of the people around you as well, okay? Because it is through adding value that you find experiences in life, and those experiences are what lead you to your passions, and it's your passion that fuels you to get through each and every day and to stay focused and to stay committed through the tough times, right? And then we're going to move on to something that probably most people are going to hear it come out of my mouth and they're going to think I'm crazy. But I am a firm believer, and it is, here we go, and it is not paid advertising, but Grant Cardone, 10X rule, people, 10X rule, Grant Cardone, okay? You need to pick it up on it. He is a firm believer on this, and he says it all the time, but, you know, learn the sales process. Everything in life is a sale. You are selling yourself in relationships. You are selling the best version of yourself in your interactions with other people. It's not just about financial sales. Everything in life is sales, okay? So understand that, and understand that there are no natural born salespeople. Sales is a skill set, just like anything else. And if it's not your strong suit, if you can't sell yourself, if you can't sell your product, if you can't sell your service, guess what? That's a skill set you need to work on. So go get some sales training and see how that's going to help you overall in your life, okay? And then it leads to, again, it's going to come back to Grant Cardone. That's right, people. I have like a hard on for him. I'm sorry. I just do. He's inspirational. Okay, so don't reinvent the wheel. Even though you are unique and you have your own set of life experiences, the skills that you need to develop and learn, there are experts already out there in the fields, in the industries, who are successful. And this is what we mean about implementing systems to simplify that you know already work, okay? So go out and get those mentors, get the training material, get the systems that you know that work, and stop trying to create. You are unique. You have something unique to offer, but stop trying to create the systems again, okay? What works, works. There are formulas out there for everything. Go out, learn it, implement it, and be done with it, okay? And move on to your next skill set that you need to work on. So with the sales and the skill sets and the training, I'm going to say get right with your finances. Let's be honest. And I'm bringing that up here because, you know what, people? I'm so tired of hearing that you can't afford to go to the gym, that you can't afford to eat healthy. Do you know how many times I hear that from people, or I see it on social media, and then I'm sitting here? You can afford it if you can afford to sit on social media. If you're on Facebook all day long, you could be utilizing that time to do other things to increase your finances so that you could afford to eat right. So you could afford to work out right. All right. It's not about collecting points so that you, or, miles so that you could travel all around the world and stay at the, Holiday Inn and get a continental breakfast and whatever other perks you get, on your little family vacation. It's about producing more overall in your life. Okay. It's about producing more. The problem is not that you can't afford to go into a food store and make better food choices. The problem is not that you can't afford the gym membership or the trainer or the coach. The problem is you're not making enough money. You're not producing enough in your life in general. You're not producing enough commitment, enough action, enough drive to better yourself in every area of your life so that you could produce better financially, so that you could have the security of getting whatever you need instead of having $20 in your pocket for the week. Okay? It is what it is. Tom, you want to throw anything in on value or, planning and your accounts and sales and finances?
Yeah, you hit on a lot of things, and I constantly teach and talk about going back to sales. We're all salespeople.
Yep.
Of our life, we're selling ourselves. As Cristina said, your relationships, guess what? Every day I'm convincing my wife, I'm trying to sell to my wife why I am the best husband for her. I'm trying to sell to my kids that our values are the values that they should buy. To my clients, that I'm the best trainer for them. And my students, that I'm the best teacher for them, right? We're always selling ourselves, constantly. So, if you're in a business or you have a company or you have a product and you're trying to sell it and you're not having too much success, as Cristina said, get the skills. What's holding you back? What fears, what past experiences are preventing you from growing, from being more successful, right? Those things can be remedied with learning the skills from the professionals. I always say, I can't fly a helicopter, and I'd be scared to death to even try. But guess what? If I took helicopter lessons, maybe not tomorrow, but in a week, in a month, in a year, in 5 years, I'll learn how to fly a helicopter. Well, it's the same thing with sales or any skill that can be learned, right? So if there's something to be learned, there's somebody out there that can teach it. So find a teacher, find somebody that can mentor you and teach you how to become a better salesperson. The other thing we can talk about, money. Think of all the waste in your life. Where are you wasting your money, your finances, your energy, trying to create happiness, thinking you're going to buy this because, I want this, I deserve it, I earned it. Well, what, a piece of an item of clothing? The newest, you're going to have 75 pairs of sneakers now? Or, we just spend money haphazardly when it could be spent on improving yourself. So maybe there's a sales course that you want to go to. Maybe there's a conference that costs $500. Well, guess what? Don't go buy that purse. Maybe you can hold it off till next time. And if you go to these sales conferences and you become a better salesperson and you make more commission, then guess what? You can go out and buy the really expensive purse you wanted or the really expensive pair of shoes or you've always wanted, right? So start thinking about not only how you can produce more money, but where are you wasting your money? Trying to think that, well, all these things that I'm surrounding myself with, they're trying to fill my inadequacies or my unhappiness, thinking that I can buy my happiness, just surround myself with cool stuff. Not going to happen. You're just going to be more miserable, right? It's like ice cream. We love ice cream. Well, guess what? Eating a little bit of ice cream, it's cool. Eating a gallon of ice cream doesn't make us any happier. So 75, Cristina might, or maybe not Cristina, my mom might say, well, that 75th pair of shoes, that is going to make me happy. Guess what, Mom? It's not. Because you're not going to be able to wear them one day. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. The mother of all mothers.
But you know what she'll say? She'll hand them off to Bella. So that brings her happiness.
All right, guys. So listen, here's the thing, sales are about everything, and about every area of our lives, and we keep bringing it up because you have a pattern in your life. If you're not hitting your goals, the same people who are not hitting their health and fitness goals, they might be doing all right in some areas here or there, but they're not doing their best. They're not reaching their full potential in any area of their life, really, because they have root issues that are not being addressed. They have those liabilities that affect everything that they're not, developing strengths from on it. They're not learning new skill sets. So you tired of the way your boss is treating you? Sell yourself better. Okay? And get yourself promoted. Work harder. Stop comparing yourself to other people who are accepting their level of success and comparing it to them. Just stop doing it. Be the one that stands out. Be the exception to the rule in your work environment, okay? Go out there and be the star. Learn the skills that you need to be the star. You're not happy? Go get a better job. You don't have skills to get a better job? Then you better be investing in getting a skill set to get a better job so that you can produce more, so that you don't have a shortage issue, okay? So it doesn't come down to that point where you're like, I want to take that course, but I can't take it because I can't afford it. You cannot not afford to do it. How about that? Okay? Unless you want to stay stuck where you're at, you better find a way to afford to do it on it. So now with that said, leverage everything. You want to go big? Go big. That means there is risk involved. Without risk, there can't be reward. End of discussion. Okay? Prioritize, people. Prioritize for now, for your future, and for future generations on it. So if you could sacrifice sitting outside all night long for a $900 iPhone, you can sacrifice $500 to go get the skill set you need to bring in those 6 and 7 figures you need. Those high 6 figures, because 6 figures now does nothing for us. Okay, 6 figures is a low income in this day and age. You need to shoot big, make big, and produce big. Okay. Last one, implement daily rituals that will keep your energy levels up, create balance, and avoid falling into the pitfalls of being unproductive busy. I'm so tired of hearing people say that they're busy and then you ask them to give you a play-by-play. We're coaches, so we have to call people on their BS on a regular basis. You were so busy today, you're so tired, give me a play-by-play of your day. And then I think to myself, I did all of that before 9 a.m. And then so much more. So they're getting drained from doing adult things spread throughout the day. Everybody goes to work, people. Everybody hustles at work. Everybody's got a food shop. Everybody's got to clean the house. Everybody's got to do their laundry. Everybody's got to pick up their kids, go to this practice, go to that activity, go to this family event. We all have full lives. Unless you're a hermit, you have a full life. You have responsibilities that come with that life. Do yourself a favor. Take care of yourself. Set yourself up with daily rituals that make you productive. Start your day off productive so that you can end your day productive, so that you keep that going throughout the day. No, don't sleep in for that extra hour. We all want to. We all have days where we wake up and we want to. You know what? You know what makes the difference between the people that are successful and not successful? That whether you want to get up at that time or not. And actually, I firmly believe that successful people just get up. They look forward to it. They're hungry. They want their day to start because there's it's a day worth of opportunities coming their way. Okay, so get up, start your day productive, keep it going productive, end your day on a productive note. Don't get yourself clouded with busy work. Everybody has busy work, okay? Get rid of their busy work. That's why we say implement the systems that simplify your life so that you don't have busy work on your plate and you have actual time to do things that are productive, that are moving your life forward and progressing you. Tom, any thoughts?
Yeah, there's 2 things. Number one, talking about productivity and busy work. I was listening to a CEO of corporation. They were talking about how in the top companies around the world, and they specifically talk about meetings, but you can apply this to every aspect of our life. That meetings should only last no more than 15 minutes, and they should be reduced to no more than 6 people. And they found that was the most successful way to meet with your staff and get the job done. Any any more than that, any more time or more people than that, it just winds up becoming a bitch fest. Too much information that's not important to the task at hand, right? So take that into your life and figure and see where you're wasting extra time. Where you know, you get on the phone with your friends and an hour later, you know, the time has flown by and you're like, damn, I meant to do A, B, and C, and I just wasted an hour on the phone talking about nothing, gossip, right? The extra, you know, sleeping in till 10 o'clock when you could have done 3 or 4 hours worth of work. Listen, every once in a while, like Cristina said, we all feel like we want to sleep in and not get up and go to work. Well, get up before everybody else and stay up later than everybody else, because those are the most productive times. Everything in between, you got to take care of everybody else, right? Since I was 18 years old and I first started in the fitness industry, I've been getting up between the hours of 4 and 5:15 every single day. There hasn't been a month where I get up later than that, right? So yeah, I love that feeling of getting up before everybody else. The only problem is now my wife gets up before me, but I stay up later when everybody goes to sleep at 10 or 11. You know, they're in bed by 8:30.
And hey, that's my girl. That's my girl. Be careful there.
Still up, still up, but she'll get up. I'll be going to bed and she'll be getting up. So go figure. But the other thing I want to talk about was back to our Monday show. Cristina puts on the bottom of all of our videos, she puts links. So go to the bottom of the link and bottom of this page here, and you'll see some links to activities and so forth. We have our own version of, not to get all religious here and stuff, but if anybody remembers Martin Luther and his 95 Theses, we have Cristina Ramillo's 96 Theses. So she provides these questions to get you to think, right? That's what Martin Luther did. He wanted people to start thinking about these subjects and answering these questions, to really think and meditate on what's the truth? What's the truth in your life? So take a look at these questions from Monday's Mindset Mondays video and print it out and get yourself a notebook and start answering these questions, going through it. Face the truth. We all have weaknesses. They're not problems unless you just focus on those problems and your sense of lack. And if you focus on what you don't have, rather than taking an advantage of, hey, you know what? I have this right now. I want more. What do I have to do to improve it? Right? Like Cristina and I have been saying, faults, weaknesses, whatever you want to call them, they're opportunities, most important. They're important opportunities to learn more, to improve. So check out all the information that we provide on the videos. There's 96 questions. You'll spend a lot of time really dissecting yourself, and might be the first time in your life that you really stop and taken a look at yourself in the mirror. You know, that's actually one of the hardest activities to do, is to stop and look at yourself in the mirror. Stand in front of a mirror and look at yourself for a minute and see if you can do it. Because a lot of people can't do it. They don't like what they see, not from a physical standpoint, but that feeling that it gives them, that insecurity. See if you can do it. And if you can't, ask yourself why.
That's funny, Tom, because you mentioned the mirror test, right? And I'm shooting some content on Saturday about that. And that's one of the points I make. Most people can't spend much time looking at themselves in the mirror, or they avoid it, okay? Because they know that the reflection is not their truest or best version of themselves. And they can't even look at themselves. You wonder why you're not getting the respect that you deserve, the respect that you want to demand from others, why you are not producing in any area of your life to the best of your ability. You don't even respect yourself enough to do what you need to do for you. So how can you expect others to do that? To give you that? It's ridiculous when you think about it. If you're not doing it for yourself, how can you demand it of anyone else for you? So like Tom said, we have lots of tools and activities. Thank you for comparing me to Martin Luther. Okay.
You're welcome.
I'm a revolutionary now, apparently, on it. Some people appreciate those 96 questions. And if you think that's a lot, wait till you get to chapter 4 in the MBS Success book. Uh-oh.
You know what, Christina, I want to mention something on that. You know, we all have lots of books, right? We love shopping. You go into Barnes and Noble, and it's like, man, I wish I could read a book in like 2 minutes because I could just spend all day here, right? But the problem with it is we get these books and they look good on our shelves, and we have these videos and these DVDs and, you know, podcasts and stuff. We have these great books, and I'm sure Grant has sold millions of those books that people never read, or they read. In fact, me and Maria always tease. We said, "This is the book. Oh no, this is the book with all the answers. This is the one that's going to change our lives." And then you read a quarter of it and you put it down. And, oh yeah, I forgot. I never finished that book. And then you find a couple weeks later, oh no, I found this is the book. This one right here. This is the book. All right. Pick a book. I don't care what book it is. Read it and live it.
Mm-hmm.
See how it works for you. See how it works. If it doesn't work for you, and you give it your best effort, not a half-ass effort, not, well, I tried some of the activities, and well, I went and worked out for like a week, and I didn't see any results, so I just stopped. Apply it, live it, give your best effort for an extended period of time, and at the end, you say, you know what, that was pretty good, but I thought I expected more. I want more. So then maybe you go a different route. You seek out another professional, another expert, right? But just reading it and throwing it to the side and reading the next one, throwing it to the side means nothing, right? The old knowledge is power. No. Applied knowledge is power. Put it to work. Pick one and stick with that one. I don't care what it is. Just pick it and do it.
Not to quote him again, I swear I'm not paid for this, okay? I really swear I'm not paid for this. It's just that he's brilliant because he just keeps it real and gives you, like, the simple things that most of us just overlook because we're trying to overcomplicate it. We're looking for a complicated solution to simple problems, okay? Find one mentor. Grab everything you can from that person. Like Tom said, read it. I said it on a couple of segments. Read it again, do the activities. You don't want to learn it, you want to know it. That's what Grant says, and I firmly believe he is correct. You don't want to learn it, you want to know it. So many of us learn enough material just to get us past a certain point, and we haven't absorbed it, okay? We don't know it, and then when we need to pull from it again, we can't. And we're at a loss. So you want to be in the know, like Grant says. I do love that, man. All right, so utilize the tools, reach out, info@mbsconnection.org. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr. We are everywhere, so just look for us. If you can't find us, send me an email, and I will send you all the links. Utilize the free tools we give, guys. It really will start to make a difference in your life. So thank you for joining us on Thermal Thursdays, and we hope to see you guys on Follow Through Friday.
All right. Good night, everyone. Thanks for joining us. Peace. Good night, Cristina.
Night, Tom.